Hi guys, and welcome to the Gone 2 series. In the earlier tutorials, we saw concept and demo of SOAP and RESTful web services and went through on how to test SOAP and RESTful web services using SOAP UI and REST Client UI testing tools. In this tutorial, we are going to talk about on how to make a function in RESTful web service accepts multiple parameters sent by the client in the HTTP URL as the path parameters. Before we go through this demo, let us see what do we mean by a path parameter in the HTTP URL. This is an example of a path parameters HTTP URL. In this, the client has passed two parameters, 23 and 45. If the parameters are passed in the URL and are listed in this particular fashion, that is, parameters are separated by a / and all parameters would appear in the end of the URL, then those parameters are known as the path parameters. Alright, let's go through this demo for clear understanding. The client would call a get function getStudentInfo residing in the University RESTful web service using this HTTP URL. These are the roll numbers of the students which client would pass to the RESTful web services function as the path parameters, and then the RESTful web service would receive these parameters and map them to its function parameters and send the same roll numbers of the students back to the client as a response. Let's start. We'll use the University RESTful application which we created in an earlier tutorial for this demo. I would delete off all the existing functions in it and would create the new one for this demo. Just to save some time, I already have written the function. Let's go through it fully. The client would access this function using this URL. This function would extract these path parameters using path param annotation and map them to the strings student roll number 1 and student roll number 2. The path param annotation binds the value of a HTTP path parameter to a resource method parameter. So our function is ready. Let's run it on the server and test this. Paste the URL in your browser and press enter. Yes, the RESTful web service has accepted the multiple parameters sent by the client in the HTTP URL as the path parameters. In the next tutorial, we'll talk about on how a RESTful web service accepts multiple parameters sent by the client in the HTTP URL as a query parameters or a query string.